let's dive on in. I'm going to start my timer and start. And first thing I'm going to do is just download everything. And for the second time, I have everything prepared for round one, and there is an Excel file for it. So that is what it is. All right, so let's go get those and my downloads. Move them into this folder. First thing I do always is make a copy of all the financial models so that I have a clean one to work in. The second thing I'm going to do is just check, speed it up. The write-up is usually just a thing saying questions are in the questions, and it is indeed the same here. So I'm going to print the other two. The instructions for don't waste your waste and goodwill. So print this, 2 pages, good. I like when it's short. And this one, 4 pages. Oof, I don't like that as much. Okay, so now let's dive on in, and let's, while we're at it, open up the speed it up here. Okay, questions 1, 2, and 3. All right, well, we've got the numbers in here. I like that. Working as an analyst, here are some of the problems in the assumptions file. Okay, so cash flow from operating activities. Okay. Change in senior debt, dividends paid, cash from sale of equity, change in accounts payable, change in, oh my god. Okay. So if I start from net income, I'm going to want to add back the depreciation, change in all the working capital things. CapEx comes separately. I think that's it. Acquisition of shares will be financing activities. Change in taxes payable. That's, I guess, that is an operating activity. Oh boy, change in accounts payable. Yes. Oh, sorry, I marked this one as I was looking at all the changes, thinking they were all working capital, but that one's not. Oh god, cash from sale of equity would be an investing activity. Dividends paid would be an investing activity, I guess. Change in senior debt. Okay, so operating cash flow should be the net income. I'm just gonna put the whole thing over here. Then we're going to add back the depreciation and amortization. We're going to, let's see, if inventory is bigger, that means you've lost cash. So yes, that's got the right sign. If accounts receivable are bigger, that means we've gained cash. So that's the right sign. Change in accounts payable. Okay. So then the question is just, do I include taxes payable? I'm not sure. I think I do. So it's either that or it's this. Let's see. Hopefully only one of these is available as an answer. So it's 112 or 109. 112, 509, yes, and 109 is not an option. Happy days. All right, move on. Cash flow from investing activities. Oh, I should have left my X's in place. Whoops. So that's in there. That's in there. So shares in another company, that would be an investing activity. Sale of equity would be an investing activity. Dividends paid, I think, goes under investing activity. Change in senior debt is no, dividends, isn't that a financing activity? Oh god, not as confident on this as I would be if I lived this stuff day to day. Change in subordinated debt is a financing activity. Capital expenditure is an investing activity. God, is this a, yeah, that's an investing activity. Sale of equity, sorry, that's a financing activity. Dividends, financing activity. Change in senior debt is, I think, also a financing activity. So it's just going to be this plus this. That there it is. All right, let's move on. Cash flow from financing activities. Okay, so some ifs. This where this is in minus 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, hopefully that worked out. All right, so question 4 is on a separate tab. Company that specializes in custom race car builds is planning on taking up 8 project cars. Okay, in 2023. The dates for starting the work are these. 8 cars, cool. For simplicity, assume you can bill each client $175,000 for a complete build, 50% upfront on the day the build begins, 50% on delivery 60 days later. Okay, fine. What's the question? Minimum daily closing balance. Okay, fine. So we got this. There again. And I'm going to add 60 to all of these. So I'm just going to make a table of all my cash flows. So on each of these dates, I'm going to get this over 2. and the same on each of these dates. Once I have them all cleaned up, I'll sort it, but for now that's fine. So that's the payments in. You spend $80,000 for a stock car and all the necessary parts on the day the build begins. So again, this is the beginning date. We'll have minus $80,000. And I'll lock that in. What else? You have a team of 10 mechanics who each have a set salary of $3,000 a month paid on the first day of the month. The overheads amount to $18,000 a month. Okay, so 10 mechanics on the first day. Closing balance. Okay, fine. So 1231. 1231 of when? 22. Oops. Okay, that was not what I was looking for. 1231. 22. There we go. Let's put it in a better date format. So balance change. Sorry, so what's, I think it's here. Yes, good. Okie dokie. So we've done this. Oops, sorry, I meant to X those. Never mind. Done that. Okay, so mechanics 10. No other costs across the year. Okay, so then I want each month start. So I'm going to want date 2023, right? Yes. Sequence 12. 1, because I paid on the first day. So I've got 3,000 times 10 mechanics. Oops, all right. Clock times -1. So 30,000 out on the first of every month and 18,000 paid on the last of every month. Okay, so we'll just go EO month of this hash 0. Nope. Fine. Mind. EO month is funny about taking ranges. There are nuances there that I have not yet figured out. But anyway, there's all the ends of the months. And that's going to be the minus 18,000. And then I think we've done everything. Let's see, we've used that, we've used that. Okay, perfect. Then I think this is it. We just need to sort this by date. It's just going to be that plus that. No, sorry. Not quite. You're close, not quite. So I need the unique dates. Still want them formatted as dates, though. And then it's going to be some ifs of this lock, where this lock is this hash. So that comes to 184, which is the same. Good. So then it's just going to be this plus this. Okay, and then the minimum of those is 19,756. Cool. Okay, so then I'm going to save, close. Feeling pretty good about all of those. That's this one. Sorry, I need to put it here. Okay, next. So now I need to get my instructions. And sorry, this is going to be a bit boring for you because I'm going to read for a while and not talk. Okay. So just background. I guess I'll be generous. I'll put it up on the screen so you can maybe vaguely read along as well. Okay, so substantial rise in their energy prices, decrease the profitability, close the books for January. Fine. Okay, unit economics. Purposely focus the case only on energy price fluctuations. Are very simple. Every hour they process 25 tons of waste. Okay, so really what I want up here is the financial model so I can look at the assumptions. Whenever you're ready. There we go. And I can get rid of this because I'm not using it. Okay. So they process 20, where's that 25? Here it is. 25 tons per hour. Okay. Revenue is $45 per ton. No other revenue streams. 2 direct cost items. Labor costs, energy costs. The recycling process requires 12 employees and 21 energy, and the 12 employees are up here. Fine. Labor costs. Employs 12 workers, all working in one shift. Base case scenario, they start work at 8 a.m. and work for 8 straight hours. Okay. Process is structured in such a way that I'm just going to take a quick look at the questions. I want to get a sense of where we're trying to get to. Energy tariff. Total energy cost for this hour. Total energy cost on a day. What day had the highest energy cost? So are we just interested in the month of Jan? Seems like it. Okay, never mind, let's keep going. Process structured in such a way that small breaks at work, including lunch on site, do not influence productivity. Hourly rate is this. Fine. Start time, shift length, nighttime extra pay, nighttime starts, nighttime ends. Fine. Not be changed even if you optimize the schedule under part 2. Okay, so there's a schedule optimization. Also limited to working not more than 8 hours a day, and the 8-hour shift should be continuous. Okay. 4 p.m. even if you decide, fine. For the purpose of this case, assume that shifts should start and finish during the same day. Fine. So you can start a shift at Monday at 4 p.m. Oof, okay. It's generally lower, however, you gotta pay double. Fine. So there's a tab of energy prices. Okay. Not so Greenland dollars. Fine. Prices are based on market fluctuations fixed by the energy provider for each hour of the next day, known 1 day in advance. Fine. In the second part of the case study, you retrospectively analyze what could have been the company's results should they have optimized the working hours. You should try to maximize the profit of the company by adjusting the starting time of work each day. Please bear in mind the following constraints. No work is done on Saturday and Sunday. A shift lasts 8 hours. Start any time from 12 to 4. 12 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right, that makes sense. It's okay to stop working for 1 or several hours during the shift if energy prices are too high and production becomes unprofitable. Still have to pay your workers. Sometimes it's better to work at a loss if this loss is lower than the total hourly salary. Fine. Stopping the work will not prolong the shift. Okay, that all makes sense. So, now what kind of questions do we need to answer? Energy tariff during the first hour of operations is this hour, and it's 80 cents. Well, that's a bad start. What? Oh, sorry. Yes, of course, because they don't start operating until 8 a.m. That's still, oh, okay, so we're going to need to mark weekends. Equals left, text, this, equals S is one way to check if it is a weekend. Okay. So, you're going to get rid of the weekends, and then go to 8 a.m. on the first day, and it's 3:23. Fine. Total energy cost for Recycle Kings for the hour 10 on January 10th. January 10th, the hour 10 a.m. Oh, sure, fine. So we've got so we want kilowatt hours per hour, I guess. So we got 45 tons, 21 kilowatt hours for that. This price is dollars per kilowatt hour. So energy use rate, I guess. And then, sorry, what? Oh, whoops, wrong one. Sorry. So I'm going to multiply this by this. So you do 25 tons. Each ton uses 21, so you're using 525 kilowatt hours. And then, what am I interested in? 10 a.m. on the 10th. $336. Okay. Let's remove the filter. So, cost rate, I'll just call it. Okay. Next. Total energy cost, January 27th. Okay. So, in shift. Yeah. I'm just going to do this manually for the base shift. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. And they get off to 4, so there should be 8 hours in each day. And there are, so that's good. And what's the question? January 27th. $3890.25. Good. What day had the highest total energy costs? Okay, so, sorry, Should have kept that, dropped that. Base shift. Okay, so we're going to take unique of this. I'm going to take some ifs. This, where this G is X, and did I already? And I could just delete weekends. That might be the easier thing to do, honestly. I'm never allowed to use them. Let's not delete anything, just to be safe. But I can just get rid of those X's. Okay. Nope. Heck no. Alright. Also where it's the right day. So date. This has to be this. And I can kill all of this. It should add up to 118,892. And it does. Then the max of these and X look up this in here, turning from here, gives me 25th of January. Total daily revenue. Okay, well, it's just that per ton times this many tons per hour times 8 hours, $9,000. Total daily labor cost. Daily rev, daily labor. So you have 12 workers times that, dollars per hour times 8 hours. I think that's it, 2,640. Okay. How many days during the month did they operate with losses? Okay, so that's fine. So this is energy cost. Yeah, let's actually just make this undynamic for a minute so that I can sort and get rid of the weekends. That'll be easier. So let's see, 28, 29, yes, fine, good. Shift those up. Fine, you don't like that anymore, that's fine. Okay, so now there's energy cost, labor cost, which is obviously just in the base. Revenue, profit. So revenue is this guy, lock. Profit is this minus this minus this. So just say count if this is less than 0. 4 days. That's an unnerving one because you wouldn't know if you're wrong. Total profit for the month. That'll help give me a little more confidence. 21029. Yes, good. Highest possible energy tariff that allows them to operate with a profit. Okay, that's an interesting question. So it's going to be this times that. So, okay, well, revenue minus labor cost. That, and then that divided by the 525. Wait, divided by 8 or not? Yes. Oh, hang on. Wait, what? Getting worried now. Oh, that's the cost. Oh, sorry, yeah. So you're doing that once per hour. Fine. Whoa, getting scary. Divided by 8. Okay. So the answer is 1.51. And let me just for a second go to some day that I have operations, which is the 2nd, and put in 1.51 for the whole shift. And see, does that go to, it does go approximately to 0. Let's put in the exact number. And it goes exactly to 0. Okay, so the answer is 1.51. Cool. All right. On Jan 2nd, what is the hour that brings the lowest cost of energy? Okay. So we'll filter to the 2nd of Jan. I could be thinking about doing this in a more dynamic way, but, well, I'm not. Okay, 4 a.m. to 4:59. Total labor cost of Recycle Kings if they operate during that hour. Total labor cost of the hour or of the shift? Oh, I don't love that. Well, I guess I'll be able to tell. So it should be 12 times that times 2. Which is 660. Okay, good. So it's just of the hour. On Jan 5th, so we're going to have to right, right. So on Jan 5th, if recycling start the day as usual on 9 a.m. but didn't work during the hours that have high energy costs, what's their profit for the 8 hours? Okay, so basically we need to figure out which shifts are profitable. Okay, so labor rate, rev rate, profitable. So the labor rate, so I guess I need to figure out where is night. And again, I'm going to do that non-dynamically. Starts at 8 p.m., ends at 7 a.m. So 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 11, 12, up to 7. So, and again, just to check, that should be, sorry, let me start on a cleaner day. So we got 8 p.m., 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of nighttime. That's correct. Okay, so let's mark all of those as night. Then the labor rate. So I'm just looking for an hour, so that is 12 workers times this. Sorry, I should be locking both of these. So that times if this equals x, then sort of 2, otherwise 1. Then I'd like to get rid of that. So it's either 660 when it's night or 330 when it's day. That makes sense. The revenue rate stays the same all the time, and that is $45 per ton times 25 tons per hour. Yeah, and that times 8 would be my 9,000 for the day. So yes. Oops, sorry. Gotta lock. So then equals this minus this minus this. Oops. Minus this is greater than 0. So that's whether it's profitable. But then the real question is, well, okay. So I'm gonna have to figure out for each day what we want to do. So, first of all, let's grab a full set of hours. The shift can start between 12 and 4, I think it said. Shift can start anytime from 12 a.m. to 4 p.m. Good. So, for each day, I'm going to need to have date, shift cost. Sorry, shift cost? What? No, shift start. Then the question is, if it's within the shift, do I run it or not? All right, well, sorry, let's just do the hours first. So Alt ESUE to transpose. Then I'm gonna I'm gonna 2-row filter. So what do I want? I want, hang on. I guess what I want is profit. That minus that minus that. Then how does this work with, so you might want to include it. God, what are we doing here? There's a nuance about whether you want to still have to pay workers. So sometimes it's better to work at a loss. So the question is, if you're on shift, so what I guess I want marginal profit on shift. In other words, if this is part of the shift, then it's just the revenue minus cost rate. And does that ever get so high? It does, actually, yeah. So how am I going to use this? That's the question. So I'm going to say filter the profit per hour, where this date is equal to this. I can do that, and then I want to 2-row that. I'm trying to build a general model now that I've got this far. This is the profit per hour. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. then what I also want is, I guess I'll call it the worst case per hour. And that's going to be, so if the shift is on, I am definitely paying the employees. So so I'll call it worst case per shift per hour. If the shift is on, I'm definitely paying the employees. So it's definitely minus that. And then it's a question of if, right, plus max of revenue minus cost 0. So in other words, if the energy costs are greater than my labor costs, so let's find one like here, for example, energy costs are greater than my labor costs, the best I can do if I'm running this shift is minus 660. I think that's actually what I need to optimize on. Worst case per hour, column I. And then I don't think I need a second thing. I think that's just it. So filter I. So then the hours at which I may start are from here to here. And you know what, I'm just going to number these because it'll be easier. So the sequence, comma 24, and I can start at any hour up to 17. So let's say sequence, comma 17. Then I'm going to say some ifs. This, no, sorry. Let's come down one more. Some ifs. This. I need to lock that. Where this. I need to lock that both ways. Whoops, lock that both ways. Is, sorry, less than, sorry, what am I saying? So if the shift starts at position 1, then I want everything greater than or equal to 1. This. And everything that's less than or equal to that plus 7. Plus 7. Okay, but sorry, I actually should have done the same thing for the regular shift. So sorry, I've done worst case per hour, so now I'm doing, this is worst case per hour. This one is profit per hour. So that's assuming that I'm always running. It's called profit running. Okay, and that one is going to be based on column H. So then I get this, and in the base case, I'm starting my shift at 8 a.m., which is number 9. So this should match my total profit, 21028.5. Let's see if it does. I think I remember that, 21029. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So if you kept the shift at the same time, but just optimized that, oh wow, you could have done a lot better. Okay. Fine. So now let's start answering some questions. I should copy this so that I can reference that more easily. Okay, so this is no skips. This is optimized. Now let's answer some questions at last. On January 5th, if they start the day as usual, and what do you mean as usual at 9 a.m.? You start at 8 a.m. So January 5th, sorry, I need to lock so I can actually see these. Oops, sorry, no, let's scoot over here before we lock. Or, you know, let's just. Okay, so Jan 5th, start at 8 a.m. and they made 2,200. Sorry, optimized, they would make 2,200. January 5th, they actually lost 428, but it is looking for 3,000, so they don't start the day at 9 a.m., but let's say we do start the day at 9 a.m. January 5th. Start at 9 a.m., 3166.5. I want to get rid of my decimal places here. So January 5th, start at 9 a.m., 3167. Good. Maximum possible profit that they could generate on January 5th, and that's just going to be the maximum of all of these, which is 44931. Whoa, definitely not. What? Oh, sorry, because I'm including the date. Whoops. What did I? What? Oh, sorry, optimize over here. 3394. 3394. Good. Okay. Total profit that they could generate during January if they optimize working hours. All right, so I think we're done then. So it's just max of all of these. Repeat for the month, sum those up, and it is 60556. So 60556. Okay, wow. Then I guess I'm actually saving some time here as I had hoped. Okay, so then back to here. And drop this in here. And now comes the scary part. So one of my goals for today was rip through the first two so I would have as much time as possible for Yanis's case because it scares me. So I think I basically succeeded in that. Half an hour down. All right, now I'm going to be boring again and switch off and read this case.